to this class, brother? All right, no sweat, brother. This your first one, or how many have you done so far? Oh, okay. All right, most high Christ, welcome back. So if you're not familiar with the format, you keep your phone on mute, and then to ask a question or to comment on whatever's going on, you take your phone off of mute and say Salakia. Yeah, correct. All right, Khan. All right, Shalom, Lord Christ Israel. Preaching officer in the Yahanna, I.S.U.P.K. Started out on 1 West 125th Street in Harlem, New York, under Commander Junior Yahanna. Tonight is the Tuesday night Brotherhood class, and we are going to be discussing the Jeffrey Dahmer series that is currently on Netflix at the moment. All right. There's been a lot of uproar about this particular series because of the fact of who it is about, who is it based upon. All right. Now, why is this important for us to discuss Jeffrey Dahmer? It's important for us to discuss because we have to start identifying who the wolf in sheep's clothing really is. A lot of times, what we do in the Black community, of course, we look at ourselves, right? Somebody you may know, or sister, somebody you may be dating, and it is often looked at as whatever trauma you had in your past, you now have transferred it to everybody that you come in encounter with. It's like the crabs in the barrel type of scenario, where we're constantly pulling and tearing at each other, as opposed to looking at who put us in the damn barrel to begin with. Because it's not that, we're the problem in the barrel. The problem is we were placed in this thing. And then on top of that, you have to ask who put us there. So a lot of times when we talk about things like this and trauma, and as it pertains to us, we look at a brother, or we look at a sister and go, yeah, I don't like you, I hate you, I don't like you. But when it comes down time to look at our oppressor and look at the history and the lineage of terror that this man has put us through, we choose to look at every other oppressor, or every other so-called white man or woman, in a different light. We hold them to a different standard, as if they don't come from the bloodline of murderers that have been raping, robbing our people. We give them a pass, but I know sisters that hate their father for not saying happy birthday to them when they were 5. Because God forbid, as a Black man, if you don't say happy birthday to your kid, they will hate you for the rest of their life. You understand? Meanwhile, on the other side of the spectrum, you forgive every white man, every white woman, regardless, because of the fact that our oppressor has chosen to paint the history different, when you should look at them with the same type of hatred that you look to your brother with. Look at them in a different light. I remember back in the day, like in the 90s, where they would clutch their purses when we walk around them. They lock their car doors. They don't even know you. But here's the heavy part. The reason why they're doing that is because of a history, right? Something that they've experienced before, something that they heard about us. Apparently, they heard that we're all criminals. So this is why when you back in those days too, and still now, you walk past them, they clutch their little purse, they lock in the door. Why don't we do the same thing with them? Why don't we lock the door, or sisters clench their purse when they walk around? For God's sake, they stole our heritage from us. Come on, man, that's the biggest crime of all time. You understand? So we're gonna talk about Jeffrey Dahmer. Did anybody see the series? The brothers online, sisters online. Anybody see the series? Hey, Shalom, what's going on? All right, what's going on, Cassia? Cassia, did you see that? Did you see the? Hey, Shalom, Yahweh Shema, thought about Shem Yahweh Shah. Sis, what's going on? Hey, sis, what's happening? Solid. All right. Did anybody see the Dahmer? I'm asking the people online and on the conference call. Did anybody see that series yet? I'm about to spoil a little bit of it. Okay. Sis, did you see it too? Hey, go ahead. Okay, I got you. Go ahead. Whoever says Salakia. Hey, what's going on with you, warrior? All right, got you. All right, so basically, the Jeffrey Dahmer series came out maybe about a couple weeks ago, and unfortunately, I tuned into it, right? And maybe it's just me, but they tried to paint this dude out to be some type of like a victim in a way. Okay, he's a dork, and he looks every bit of a dork. And what they tried to do was with this man who ate people, even in this series, which we always talk about television programming, we talked about this last month. What they tried to do was they tried to very early off paint him in this whole sick mentality thing, kind of how they did with like Dylan Roof or anybody that shoots up black people, right? They start putting this propaganda together, like, oh well, they had a rough childhood, and man, it's so sad because his father wasn't there. Guess what, stupid? Black, Hispanic, and natives, our fathers wasn't there either. For most of us, we've been through some things too. Why don't we get a pass when we act out or act a certain type of way? This cat here, they painted him out to be some type of a victim. Like when you're watching the series, they almost want you to be like, oh well, oh that's sad. He probably was abused and all this other stuff. Oh, he said there's one scene I guess his father coming out of a room arguing with his mother or whatever the hell, and he's sitting down in the like on the floor, and this is music playing. He looks all sad. I'm like, I know they're not going to do this. I know they're not going for this, and sure enough, they are. Because when you get further into the series, right, this is the most bizarre thing happens. He's like falling in love. He's falling in love with like the people that he's going to eventually eat. So they do this like trickery with you, right? One minute you'll see the person with him, and then the next minute they'll shoot over to like the parents, and everybody's getting worried, right? Search parties and all this other stupid nonsense. And then immediately after that, once the audience is for sure certain that this person is dead and already eaten, here comes the person. Here comes the person that he was supposed to be in a relationship with, or whatever the hell he was doing, right? And I'm going, these devils are pulling the biggest screw job of all time. This is the biggest trick known to man, and they're doing it right now. They're doing it right now, and it's mind boggling to see not only black men, black women are liking this series. I just showed on I.S.U.P.K Atlanta on Facebook, right? And it's on Instagram too, I.S.U.P.K ATL, of a video of Dahmer. It's on YouTube where he's talking about Jesus Christ and how, how he's saved and he glad to whatever the hell he's talking about, right? Brothers and sisters, Akim, listen, the comment section alone is comedic gold. Okay. So I'm gonna read a couple of these comments real quick. All right. These are random. You could go check it out yourself on YouTube, but listen to these comments. They go, well done, Dahmer. You figured out the key to true happiness in real life. The answer that you're escaping your demons, no matter what kind they are. That's the first one. The second one is the theory of evolution cheapens life. Wow, that's powerful. This is what he said in the video, right? Third one, I observed Jeffrey during this interview and see him as 100% sincere in his conviction and his repentance. Yeshua saved the one thief on the cross next to him. It appears he also saved Jeffrey Dahmer before he was killed. The next one, seeing Jeffrey repent is very powerful. It shook my spirit to see him become a follower of Christ. I'm not going to read the rest of these. It's nonsense. It is utter nonsense. Right. The guy was eating people, for God's sakes, man. He's eating people. He makes a video in his very sad voice. Oh, I think everybody should be held accountable. Hey, ha, ha, ha. And black people are blowing this up and these are comments from the most recent days, like 3 days or 4 days ago. All right. So they saw the series, Googled this dude, all right, and now feel some type of way for him. Why do you love him, but you hate your own dad? You hate sisters, you hate your husband. Husbands hate your lady. You got so much strife against your own people, but this cat was eating our people, and you forgive him. Like, oh yeah, he said, oh, he loves God, and you forgive him. He's telling you through his actions that he's the devil. He's showing you, but yet you're like, oh well, God loves everybody, and yeah, give me a break, man. Give me a break. Let's get into a precept real fast. Anybody got any questions online on the topic? Go ahead. Yeah. Right. Yeah. Right. 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 We fall for it. We fall for it every time. Fell for it in slavery. Falling for it now. But all that is ending, man. It's ending. And I'm glad y'all in this class tonight. I'm glad y'all in every damn class, to be honest with you, most high in Christ. Right. Because it's finally starting to flesh itself out. You understand? For the longest time, before we even got it, to all the brothers and sisters on the conference call online, before we even got clicking on this class or on these classes, we were hating each other for no apparent reason. Someone taught us to hate us. Now, through the truth of what we're doing, we're teaching our family who really hates us and has been hating us for a long time. You got a sword on you? Give me Genesis 25 and 21. We're gonna talk about the wolf tonight. We're gonna talk about him. You understand? Because Jeffrey Dahmer, listen, and what Officer Cassiano said was very correct. They do kind of depict him as innocent in the child part of the series. You show the torture and this, and he's trying to get a job, and people busting his chops. Man, the hell with that, man. I don't give a damn about this dude being a butcher, and then he got to put on a suit or whatever the hell the guy said. I forgot because it's so stupid. They sitting, people are looking sad for him. I mean, for what? Black man in America is the most beaten man in existence as far as a job goes. We call it a slavery. You don't get no respect. You ain't get no raise. Your boss is going to put you underneath somebody that's going to put you down every day. Black men are late for work, not because traffic, it's because we don't want to be there to begin with. We like, man, damn, because we know what it's going to entail. It's going to be hell. Who feels sorry for me? Who feels sorry for these brothers in here? Nobody. Nobody. And God forbid you lose that job, brother. God forbid you lose it. Because guess what? If a black man loses his job and you got a woman, you got 2 months to get your stuff together. You better hurry up. Because again, the hatred, you're on a goddamn clock when you lose your job in your house. You're on the clock. First week, it starts, first 2 weeks, it sounds like this. Don't worry about it, baby. I'm here to support you. This your girl. Oh, I'm here to support you. Don't worry about it. We're going to get through this. Third week. Hey, you been looking? Here we go. Here it come. Fourth week. Fourth and fifth week. Oh, hey, why don't you just get any job? You know, Burger King is hiring. Then you go down there, get a job at Burger King. Here's another response. Oh, you don't want to do better? Woman, wait a minute. You put all this goddamn pressure on me, woman. I got a job now. What the hell are you talking about? But that's disputing in the house. You understand? When we should be really going, we go to the slavery, treat it just like a slavery, man. Treat it just what it is. You understand? Because you're not gonna change the mind or the system of a plantation. You can't. If anybody online can tell me the time you went to HR and they overturned anything, because they don't. You go to HR, you say something, the next thing you know, you're fired. Because you're not going to change the rules of a plantation. It's the way it goes. But instead of those arguments in the house, sisters love your husbands. Husbands love the wives, man. And when that brother get home, make him feel like he's at home. That love him while he's at home. Love her when she's at home. Because we go out to these slaveries, Esau don't give a damn about us. And most black men are beaten up and tired by the time we get there anyway, and even worse when we get home. You got that precept for me? Let me get it.
This is the book of Genesis, chapter 25 and verse 21.
Right.
And Isaac entreated Yahweh for his wife
Mhm.
because she was barren.
Mhm.
And Yahweh was entreated of him. And Rebekah, his wife, conceived.
So what we're doing is I'm gonna explain the Esau and Jacob thing real quick, so that way we can touch on the part of Esau, okay, the characteristics of the cunning hunter, and correlate that to Dahmer because they're one and the same. All right, keep going.
Come. Verse 22. And the children struggled together within her. And she said, if it is Salaki, if it be so, why am I thus?
Right. Keep going.
And she went to inquire of Yahweh.
Keep going.
Come. Verse 23. And Yahweh said unto her, 2 nations are in thy womb.
Stop right there. So we've already established right now, right, that this woman is pregnant. She has twins. We all know the story. All right. She's pregnant with twins, and the twins, the boys are warring inside of her, right? Which is what we do with them today. Esau still has a goddamn problem with us till this day, right? And we were separated once we came out of her womb on purpose. We are not of them. We ain't the same. We're not supposed to be dealing with them in the first place in this capacity. You could slave for them. You could wear a damn Tommy Hilfiger shirt if you want to, sure, but to marry them and to look at them like, oh, well, this is one of the good ones. No. Keep going.
Right. And two manner of people shall be separated from thy womb.
Stop right there. So this is one of the most common misconceptions that people have when we talking about Jacob and Esau, right? It says 2 people or 2 nations were in this woman's womb, right? Instead of saying 2 children.
Right.
Why would they say people? 2 nations of people. Because it explains what we all know today. Israelites are one people and Edomites are another people. Because if they were Israelites, they wouldn't be called Edomites. All right, keep going.
Come. And the one people shall be stronger than the other people. And the elder shall serve the younger.
Right, keep going.
And when her days to be delivered were fulfilled, behold, there were twins in her womb.
Right.
And the first came out red all over like a hairy garment. And they called his name Esau.
Stop right there. Right. Hairy garment, red. We all know the story about Esau, right? And the so-called white man is the only man in history, right, that can turn red. He turned red when he's cold. He turned red when he's hot. He turned red when he's mad. He's the red man. But who does Esau call the red man today instead of himself? Who does he call? Go ahead. Native American. I'm a Gadite. Do I look red? I'm not. So again, Esau painting over history, putting himself in the forefront, and then now trying to paint the red man as a Native American, a so-called Native American. That's your Esau for you. Red all over, like a hairy garment. Sound like a wolf to me, don't it?
Right.
Sound like a wolf. It's a monster. Can you imagine having a kid and your kid come out looking like a goddamn werewolf? You're like, what the hell is this thing? What the hell is this? It's an ugly cat. And 2, I don't know no Edomite that's not hairy. I don't know none of them that. I've seen a lot of them with hair hair every goddamn where, all over. They legs, they arms, it's full of hair. Black man, I don't remember a time where I ever saw a brother with hair at the beach all over his back. You know what I mean? We get hair like your beard, but to have it all over like that, that is absolutely ridiculous. It's ridiculous. Is there any more on that?
Verse 26.
Oh yeah, now this one at 25. So we could start painting the picture of who the wolf is. And those two boys were separated. You understand? And it's still happening today. Unfortunately we want to deal with Esau. Like when we in the world, we want to deal with Esau. We want to be like, well, what about what the white man? He's my friend. What I got friends that are white. Let me tell you what's so heavy about Esau, right? Your friend at work, who you think is your friend, he's a so-called white man, right? You think y'all are friends. Wait until an unarmed black man is killed, right? And go to your friend and ask him what his thoughts are on it. You know what the first thing that they say? Anybody want to take a stab at it? Because we all heard the same line. Go ahead.
Hmm? Well, what did he do?
Yeah. What did he do? Or go ahead, Nepal.
He should comply.
Yeah, he should have complied. We don't got the whole story, right? And then it further gets intense when they go, "Oh, I don't see color." Ain't that a weird thing to say? You don't see? What do you mean you don't see? What the hell does that mean? You don't see color? You know who else doesn't see color? And this is going to be a heavy point. A dog. So the next time Esau tells me that he don't see color, I'll just look at him like a dog and look at him like, yep, they smell like them anyway, don't they? Stringy hair. They don't see color. If it bark like a dog and walk like a dog, it's a damn dog. And Dahmer ain't no different because unfortunately, you know what I mean, he's eat him. He's eat him. And his hatred towards black people is leading him, is fueling him to do the thing that he did. Because why the hell else pick black men? What was the and Hispanic men? What was the point? If he didn't have a hate, you have to hate somebody to eat him. You got to kill him for one. But this cat was like, hey, listen, I'm going to go to nightclubs, okay, dance to Madonna or whatever the hell it was going on in that series, and I'm gonna eat this cat. You know, but how would he be able to do it? Give me Psalms 55 and 20. Because you got to be first of all, for all the brothers online, you know how, when we talk to the sisters, right? You talk to sisters in the world, you're trying to get number, you got to be a smooth dude, man. You got to have some serious game to talk to a woman. You know, sometimes you got to go in your bag, man, and be like, listen, baby, look, when we do this, blah, 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 you know what I'm saying? My name is Nakash, nice to meet you. Yeah, yeah, yeah. You gotta be smooth to talk to a woman. Now, how do you have to be smooth to eat somebody? That is a crazy thing. This dude is running game, and they don't depict it in the series in that way. But when you look at this dork, you see him and you go, "What? How the hell was he doing this? How is he able to convince somebody to one not only come over, but to be comfortable, get comfortable enough to be like, yo?" Because any sisters online, if you look at Dahmer, right? You look at Dahmer and be like, yo, this dude is a weirdo. Off rip, like just looking at him, he looks like a weird dude. He looks like the type of guy that will knock on your door and be like, "Hi, my name is Jeffrey Dahmer. I moved here from Milwaukee. I just want to let you know I'm a registered sex offender." He has that look. He has like a pedophilish like a look with the glasses and the dorky face. He's weird. He's in his apartment by himself. Things like that. How do you not look at him with a little bit of caution? Because we do. You know what I mean? We could look at him and go, "Damn, this cat is kind of." I'm gonna stay on my tippy toes. I don't know about this one. You keep him at a little distance because something's not quite right. But the interesting thing is, Dahmer was able to get to them because they shared something in common, which is what we're going to get to. You got that for me?
Common concept.
Go ahead.
This is the book of Psalms, chapter 55 and verse 20. Mm-hmm. He has put forth his hands against such as be at peace with him. Mm-hmm. He has broken his
Stop right there. Here's what he does. Hey, my name is Jeffrey. My friends call me Jeff. Here, here you go. Here's my hand. Shake my hand. Yeah. He put forth his hand. That's how you would greet somebody, right? And he broke that covenant. A covenant is an agreement. The agreement is, I'm peaceful, and you think I'm peaceful. I'm going to break it later.
Right.
Because the one thing that you thought I was, I am not. Which is how Columbus was able to do what he did.
Right.
Which is how any oppressor gets to us. They put forth that hand. Hey, how you doing? I'm Jeff. They start talking like, yo, my boys call me Jay. And you sitting there like a idiot. You're not aware of the fact that although he's putting his hand forward in the name of peace, he's actually going to break that agreement later, and you'll see. Keep going.
Verse
21.
Mm-hmm. The words of his mouth were smoother than butter.
Say that again.
The words of his mouth were smoother than butter.
Hey, I'm Jeff. Hey, I'm Jeff. My friends call me Jay though. It's crazy, right? It's crazy. So what type of things you into? Like, what do you do? Oh, you read? Oh, yes, that's cool. Yeah, I read too. You want a beer? Why don't you come over my house? Oh, you're into Star Wars? Yeah, me too. Yeah, haha. Words, man. It's game. You put that hand forward, you shake it, then you start talking. That's how conversation usually works. And this cat is smooth, man. You seen that series? This dude, he looks like he's harmless when he's harmful. He's looking at these people, offering beard, and it's one particular scene where it's a cat. He's painting a toy. He's one of these cats that paint like little toys, right? So I forget the actual term of it. It has a term to it. Slocky. So Jeffrey walks past this cat in the hallway because he has a neighbor, the sister, that keeps smelling all of the bodies and the meat that he's cooking, the noise, the screams, and all this other stuff through the vent. So the black dude is talking to her. Jeffrey's like in the hallway walking past. You know, they're talking, they make a little talk. And he's like, oh, yeah, you're into that? Oh, yeah, maybe one day we can just go grab a slice downtown. And it was like, so then there's a scene where he's actually in the guy's apartment in a way. And he goes, hey, I thought that, we could go grab a slice and, just talking. Smooth for a dork. This dude is a nerd, man. He was smooth with them words, man, to them homosexual brothers.
Right.
Because he was duping them. He looks harmless, but he's harmful. Keep going. I think it's a little bit more on that. Wait, hold up. Yeah, somebody said Salaki, go ahead. Right. Right. He taking photos. Yeah, taking photos, offering people beer. You want something to drink, and then with the sister, after she told the cops on the dude, he tries to make like a peace offering. Again, here we go with the word, the peace offering with her. He brings her a sandwich. You know, it's been heard that you were slicing cats up over there. You would think that the last thing a cat that would do is bring you a sandwich. Like, come on, are you insane? She took the damn sandwich. She didn't eat it, but he left it on the table. It's a weird scene. It's definitely a weird scene. Pick me up from where you left off. The words of his mouth were smoother than butter.
You want me to read that again? The words of his mouth were smoother than butter, but war was in his heart.
Man, war was in his heart. If you look at the comment section of that video, brothers and sisters, I'm telling you, the comment section sounded just like this. Oh, well, God knows his heart. Oh, man, God, as long as he repented, God knows his heart. And the scriptures say war was in his damn heart. So, yeah, God knew it for sure. The Most High ordained it to have war in his heart. Is that not the character of Esau in the first place?
Right.
Think about any major captivity that we've been in. That's how we usually get duped in the first place. You understand? Even in our own neighborhoods right now, right? Every other week, I get a phone call or a knock at the door from an Edomite that wants to miraculously just buy my house. I get these things all the time. I know most of y'all get them. But then looking into it, you have to ask yourself why. And they come up to you, hey, how you doing? Hey, yeah, just driving in the neighborhood. You want to sell this house? No, I don't. I know I'm not the only house you knocked on, but here's what they do, right? When you guys go and vote, all of you Christians out there who are voting, and you see them damn commercials of Herschel Walker, all that, you're voting, right? What ends up happening is because of your vote, they do this thing called gentrification, right? Because you went down there and you voted for a person who said that they're going to clean the streets up, right? Yeah, they're going to clean the streets up for sure. That's the first thing you'll see. You see a lot of construction work. They're getting the streets ready. Then you'll see like a Starbucks pop up somewhere. You go, that's weird. The streets are looking better. They expound it like this. They expand the streets. They painting the lines fresh. And then the next thing you know, they want to buy your house, or they raise your rent, and then you moving because they're coming to take your neighborhood from you. That's what they do. That's historic. That's history. Look at the country that we're in right now. Gentrification in this country. They came over here, moved everybody out by means of force, of course, and they still doing it. It's in their DNA to do it. They're not trying to buy you. They don't give a damn about your house. They want the land. They always have and always will. That's just in the nature of the beast. That's the wolf in sheep's clothing that we're talking about. That nice little phone call that you get to knock on the door. Hey, how you doing? Good morning. I'm a Jehovah's Witness. Hey, haha, yeah. You don't buy? No. Get off my property. No, I don't want to sell it. I got these precepts though. You want to hear this? You want to hear Isaiah 49 real fast? I got a little something for you in here.
Right.
Because I look at them the same way that they look at us. I look at the history of what they've done, and I hold every last one of them accountable for it. And a lot of them go, well, that was in the past. That's in the past. No. You paying for what your forefathers have done, because I'm charging you because you're here and you're reaping the benefits from the blood of my ancestors. You're reaping the benefits of it.
Right.
Torturing us for years and years, putting us in a captivity after captivity and oppression. And you want me to be like, oh, he's good. This guy's okay. Okay. War is in your heart. It always has been and always will be. And this goes into the Jeff. Go ahead. You got it. Yeah, I was talking about. What's going on with you, brother? You Tawab? Solid, man. But yeah, that's what. We talking about Jeffrey Dahmer tonight. We talking about Jeffrey Dahmer, the wolf in sheep's clothing. Basically, the truth about Dahmer. You know, the truth about. Yeah, truth. Right. You know, the truth about that your predator, the big bad wolf. All of every horror movie has a villain, right? And they look like Dahmer. They kill people, they torture you, they torture your dreams, they torture you can't do nothing because of this one person. Like again, we're holding Jeffrey Dahmer accountable for the same reason why we're gonna hold. Go ahead, you got it. Yeah. I'm trying to tell you. Right. Don't be no fool, man. Don't ever be a fool. You're right. That's what I'm saying. Don't ever be a fool. Yeah. Every time you have to look at the surroundings, right? We talk about like the animal kingdom, okay? Look at your surroundings. Know who's out to get you. This is the art of warfare, man. That's all really what it is. Go ahead, you got it. Hey, Shalom, what's going on with you, Deshaun? Solid, brother. Give me Psalms 55 and 20 again from the top.
Come.
I want to illustrate a point really fast, right? Because we're gonna do a contrast real fast, right? Now, let's just say I'm talking about a black person when reading this, right? Because you can.
Right.
Because, again, how in the hell would Eddie Long do what he did? Yeah, Eddie Long, how the hell did he do it? He did it just like this,
Right.
the same way.
Right.
But again, he's following after the very person that taught it to him.
Right.
They one and the same, which is leading to the point that I said earlier. We're going to bring it full circle. Jeffrey Dahmer and Eddie Long are binded together by one thing. And here's the thing. They're gay.
Right.
That's why the two are coming together as one, and they're on the same page. Those cats that got ate up by Dahmer, don't get it confused now. Hold up. Don't ever get this confused. Like, we're just going to pass over the fact that they were gay. No. It's because of that you even over there in the first place.
Right.
You understand? Like, that's why you're there. Go ahead. Right. Right. Yeah. Right. Right. That's it. That's it. It's a real thing, man. Like let me do this real fast, right? Hold on to Psalm 55 and 20 and give me Ecclesiasticus 13 and 16. To your point, Cassie. Go ahead, you got it. Yes. Right. I wouldn't do none of that. I don't want to do any of that. Yeah, because a lot of times, yeah, hold up. Because a lot of times, to Marshall's point, right? I get what he's saying, right? So what the church would do is go, well, it's the lesser of the two evils. Here's the funny part: they're both evil. Both of them are evil, regardless of whether you say one is lesser than the other. They're both evil. Don't do none of them. Not saying that Mashallah was trying to say that and applied it, but I didn't get what he was saying. Somebody else said Salakia? I heard Salakia somewhere. Yeah. It is very weird in nature for sure. I don't understand how a brother could watch somebody, a stranger, oftentimes deep throat a goddamn blunt and then pass it to you willingly. Salakia. Yeah, like why would you? Why you want it? What the? Have them spit in the cup. They just get that. I mean, what? It's the same. Like I always thought it was weird. Anyway, I just thought it was. Yeah, you're watching this dude do this, and this the gay. Like he's like, yeah, and then passing it to you. You might as well kiss him. You weirdo. Yeah, go ahead. My bad. Oh, what's going on, Michael? Shalom, all right, I got you. You got Ecclesiastes 13 and 16? Okay, so, hey, Lord Christ, who this? Hey, what's going on, sir? Shalom, what's going on, man? Right. You got that right. Oh, the water, so please. Right. 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 That's right. That's right. That's right. That's right. Damn right. But the water, so I appreciate that. Heck yeah. That's a real thing, man. That Christian. Just imagine an umbrella, right? The umbrella itself is Christianity, and everything underneath it is the thing that you're gonna follow because you're underneath the umbrella. Okay, so you're talking about your Christmas, your birthdays, praying before the food, all the things that you learned falls on that umbrella. God loves everybody. Love the hate. And what they say, the Most High hate the Lord hates the sin, but not the sinner. That's false. Right, that's false. So when we talk about these things, and we have to understand what it is, they bound together by that Christian. They both Christian, both of them. That's how you were able to even understand because y'all are together. Okay, and I'm gonna prove it. You got that for me? Okay, read it.
This is the book of Ecclesiasticus, chapter 13 and verse 16.
Right.
All flesh consorteth according to kind.
All flesh consorteth according to kind. What does that mean? Go ahead.
All flesh being the people, all people consorted or gathered according to the way that they are, the kind or the behavior that they have.
Okay. Yeah, you right there. You right there. So let me break it even further down for you, right? All flesh consorteth according to kind. The birds, the birds hang with the birds.
Right.
The squirrels hang with the squirrels.
Right.
Ants all dwell together.
Right.
Roaches, spiders, they even mate with their own.
Right.
Okay. They got flesh. Everybody, all of us have it. The fish, they all consorteth according to their kind.
Right.
You don't see a dolphin impregnating a shark.
Right.
All right. Keep going.
And a man will cleave to his like.
And a man will cleave to his like. All right. So for us, we cleave onto our sisters. That's our like. That's our type. And that's what we should be cleaving towards. These are our people. It's our people. It says all flesh consorted according to kind, and a man will cleave to his like. This is the heaviest part about it because those black men, let me rephrase it, those Christian homosexual black men decided to not go with their kind, which would be a woman, of course, of their same kindred, right?
Right.
They decided to go with a white man who is also gay. Go ahead, you got it. Yeah. Yeah.
Right.
Right. Right. Look at Kanye West, man. That's what happens when you don't cleave to your own like. You want to go outside of that. And the Lord told you not to do it, but you wanted to do it anyway.
Right.
Christianity said it's okay. So go ahead. Where are those Christians at now for him? Where they at saving him now? Right. The man that wrote Jesus Walks married a white woman, and now look at him. Destroyed. Go ahead, brother.
Like it. Piggyback off of what you were saying, where those Christians at now
Yeah.
for him, they're buying his White Lives Matter shirt.
Yeah. Yeah, they there because God loves everybody. Okay.
Right.
So yep, he placating to them just like he placated to us. Maybe about a year or so ago, he started talking about Israelites or whatever he was doing at that time.
Right.
He's a fool. He's a fool. Read that again from the top. Let me break it down.
The book of Ecclesiasticus, chapter 13 and verse 16. All flesh consorteth according to time, and a man will cleave to his life.
So let me just say this according to what you just read, brother. Okay. All of the controversy that was surrounding this Dahmer thing, and we're going to get into it. We're going to get into it more in the 8 o'clock hour. All the controversy that was around this Jeffrey Dahmer thing, right? The LGBT, whatever the numbers, letters are for this community, right? The gay community, they didn't want to have nothing to do with this dude, right? Because he's gay. And they were like, oh, no, that's not like, we're not like that. Da, 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 da. You guys are all sort of according to Khan. You're all of the same flesh. When Brittany Griner was locked up and got locked up, right? Here comes the gay community. Oh, free Brit, free, yeah, freer. The Christianity in them totally ignored the fact, one, that she is arrested for weed, right? And also they wanted to represent her because she's gay. It's a heavy thing to think about. Because now here's another person from your community. If he's not the damn face or the progenitor of it, now you don't want to have nothing to do with this dude. Why? He's one of yours. He ain't part of the heterosexual community at all. Right. And he damn sure ain't part of the black community. He's a part of your community. The community where cats like him go down to bars where you all hang out at, and you in there, and now he has a whole reputation. John Wayne Gacy, Ted Bundy, all of y'all. Y'all the same. Y'all all consorted according to kind. Y'all all cleave onto your like. All of you. And that community they don't want nothing to do with this. They like, oh, this is not a gay movie. Because if you look on Netflix, right, they have categories and genres for each movie. So you'll see horror, suspense, action, and then they got LGBTQ movies.
Right.
They even have it on Tubi. That movie, that Dahmer series, had the LGBTQ, and it was that and suspense or crime, drama, whatever the hell. It was in the genre. Right. Now these homosexuals, the community's going, hey, that's take that label, that category out of there. This is not that movie. Yes, it is.
Right.
It is that movie. He's making love to mannequins and having homosexual situations with other men. How is that not that? They don't want no parts of it now. Well, guess what? You're getting all the smoke. You're getting it. You're getting it. Because that community is not only a threat to our well-being, it has become a plague in our community, man.
Right.
It's a plague in our community. Your pedophiles, how many innocent sisters, man, getting molested at young ages because of some disgusting, filthy-minded Negro, man, or a white boy. How many brothers? Same thing, because we not exempt from that either. Getting molested by some sick freak that wants to burn in that lust, like, yeah, a creep and a weirdo. They getting that title too, just like all of y'all are. Most of the domestic disturbances and violence happen in homosexual households. Two men beating the hell out of each other in the house. Google Brittany Griner. She's been in jail for that too. Beating up her girlfriend. Right. Ain't nothing but violence in those households, man. Because y'all can't get along. Two of y'all bleeding. And now, listen, dealing with one sister on her cycle is enough. Now it's two of y'all in the house. No man to set that tone, that authority. Hey, listen, you need to relax. What you want? You need chocolate? What is it? Have a seat. Y'all beating each other up in the house, man. And the men too. And now they don't want to be a part of it. You are a part of it. You're the problem. That go for the Christian pastor too. Your Eddie Longs, all them homosexual men that molested boys and the rest of you Christians are sweeping under the rug. You know, there ain't nothing. No, you know, God, I ain't see it. You're still there. You know it exists. And you ain't saying nothing about it.
Right.
All of y'all, every one of y'all are the same kind. But we ain't supposed to be dealing with them in the first place. Keep going before you say. Let's read that last part.
Verse 17.
Yep.
What fellowship has the wolf with the lamb?
What fellowship has the wolf with the lamb? What? The topic tonight is the wolf in sheep's clothing. The Bible just said, what fellowship have the wolf with the lamb? It's a question mark there. Because there is no fellowship between the wolf and the lamb.
Right.
It ain't none. And those gay, Christian, homosexual black men were the lamb in that predicament and did not even realize that they were being introduced to a wolf who wanted to do nothing more than do what wolves do, which is to tear you to pieces and eat you. Right. They hunt you down, they stare at their prey, and go forth and get you. Look at the big bad wolf and the what's that little nursery rhyme, the big bad wolf with the 3 little pigs and all that stupid. There's a cat dressed up as a woman at first knocking on the door. Well, I'm gonna blow this house down or whatever the hell it is. Every story about a wolf is terrible, man. Every last one. When has a wolf been ever like a great thing except for Teen Wolf? Go ahead, brother. My bad. I ain't mean to cut you. Go ahead. Yeah, but look at Benjamin, all right? Benjamin, it says, because that's a precept too. It says Benjamin is a rattling wolf. And when you look at the tribe of Benjamin, because in that precept, that same precept, it's talking about how they work hard, right? Which is what Benjamin does. Benjamites work. Listen, the Benjamites, for those of you who know, are the so-called Jamaican people, right? They work non-stop. They work non-stop. Sometimes they got 3 jobs, 4 jobs. They had a skit on In Living Color called Hey Man, right? And if y'all remember this, it was a joke back in the 90s because Jamaican people really had a lot of jobs. They work from sun up to sundown. They bring all that stuff home. So Hey Man, it was Damon Wayans and a couple other people. But the joke was that every time they asked this brother a question, he's like, yo, I got to go to work. I got this job. And then he starts, him and his wife and his kids, they start running down the amount of jobs that they got. That's Benjamites for you, man. That's a real thing. Go ahead with the rest of that, and we can just hop off this. We get into the 8 o'clock hour. Yep.
So the sinner with the godly.
What fellowship have the wolf with the lamb? So the sinner with the godly. There's no relationship between righteous people and unrighteous people. Like, for example, all of us in the school, the brothers on, sisters online, and the ones on the conference call. Would you go to a strip club? No. Because being righteous means that you're not even supposed to entertain anything like that, which is the clear distinction here. What fellowship have the wolf with the lamb? So the sinner with the godly. They don't have no fellowship with us. Because if they did, they would be in here. And if we had fellowship with them, we would go down to the strip club. But we ain't going down there because we're godly. That's the difference. The sinner and the godly are 2 different entities that can't be together in this way. No different from the wolf and the lamb. If we got a wolf in here right now and brought a lamb out here, what do you think is going to happen? Right. That wolf is going to tear this lamb apart. It's not going to be a fair fight. It ain't going to be like the other way around, like the lamb got a shot. The lamb doesn't have a chance. There's one that is greater than the other one. You don't have a chance. But if you, black man, Hispanic man, Native Indian man, and woman, want to just go down to Magic City, guess what? You're going to be the lamb. They're going to tear you apart down there, which is what they do. They're going to tear you apart, have you questioning your God, that's how it usually starts. Oh, Lord, why'd you do this to me? That type of deal. Go ahead, you got it. That's right. Damn right. Get that brother a hand, man. Get that brother a hand. Hell yeah. That's right. Opening up the damn floodgates for it. And specifically, going because we about to hit the 8 o'clock hour. When we're talking about the movie Dahmer, to that brother's point, right? There's a scene, right? It's on my page right now. There's a scene that there's a scene of a mother and the gay deaf guy talking, right? Now, they start talking about his job that he works at a condom factory, interestingly enough, right? And the mother is asking him, did he hear about like the spread of AIDS epidemic is getting heavy, right? And the son goes, yeah, I heard about it, blah, 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 right? The next thing that comes out of her mouth it's right to this brother's point, right? She goes, she's talking about her pastor because the pastor calls it God's judgment, right? The AIDS, right? And then the gay deaf guy says something back to her, and then she goes, "Oh no, I'm gonna tell him something because I'm not gonna allow him to spread that hate." Meanwhile, your son is gay, and the punishment from that is AIDS and HIV, which is why it plagues their community so much. It's a punishment because in that time, when it was starting to bubble up, that AIDS epidemic, it was affecting their community because that's where it was. And the mother is telling the son this, and the son is like ignoring it, blowing it off. But instead of the mom going, hey, listen, why don't you just stop being like it's affecting that little community that you were part of? Get out of that. Leave that. She didn't say that. She goes, I'm gonna tell the pastor something. He gotta stop talking that hate, you gotta stop spreading hate. Because the pastor brought it up in church. But she's gonna go check the pastor. Is that not what they do to us now? Right now, as I speak, online somewhere, there's a woman saying that same thing. Y'all need to stop that hate talk. That's hate. It's not hate. It's love. It's reality. Because that's the reality of it. You correct your kids when they do something wrong out of love because you don't want to see them hurt. That mom hates her son if she allows him to even still be in that community. And look what happened. He's dead. Maybe it might not have happened if he was with a woman. You understand? So you hand your son over on a silver platter, right, to Christianity. Jeffrey Dahmer takes the goddamn plate, puts your son on it, cook him, cook him down into some type of batter or whatever the hell he was doing, and he ate your son. Congratulations. Great parent of the year. How many more times do we have to, even a better question, to the Christians online? Stop giving your kids and your children over to the wolf. Why even do it? If you know the wolf's history, if you know the pathology of a wolf, why, and I'm using wolf in this context as the Christianity, right? Why would you willingly give your kid into that? Knowing Christmas not in the Bible, knowing that actual high holy days are in the Bible, right? Knowing that the old law is not done away with, why would you willingly want to give your child over to the one entity that helped molest you? Didn't something happen to you while you was in the church? Most of the sisters I know who were molested and victimized at a young age happened on the watch of a Christian and happened by a Christian. Why would you want to do that? Jeffrey Dahmer is a Christian. You don't see the history here? Would you give your son over to a Roman Catholic church? I bet you don't do that. And the question is, why wouldn't you do it? And then your answer would be, oh, because I know the history. Well, guess what? Christianity has a history too, and not a good one. Very bloody. The same black man with his hood on that says he's a Christian is the same as the white man who takes his hood down with the eye holes. He's a Christian too. You and the Klansmen are the same. Right. You hate your people and you help destroy your people. The Klan man kills us for sport. You kill us as a hobby. What's the difference? So what's the point of this class tonight? The point of the class is not so much as about Jeffrey Dahmer as it is about understanding the history of what a wolf looks like when it shows up at your damn door. That's the point of this class. I'm just using Jeffrey Dahmer as a damn catalyst for it. He's the face of the class, of course. I'm using him as an example. Which we brought out last month. We talked about The Woman King, the movie, right? Just like we said in the class, all these sisters and cats went out with paint on their face, doing this, and got duped yet again by another oppressor who sold you into slavery. But it's okay, because that Viola Davis is in it, so you know, you got duped again. You chose to ignore the history, right? What if we had a movie called The Woman's King with Ike Turner in it? Would y'all sisters go out and do this and go see it and paint your eye black and go out and go see that? Would you do that? Hell no, you wouldn't. And why? Because you don't like what Ike did, right? That's wrong, ain't it? Keep that same energy when you go to the movies and watch The Woman King. Go keep that same energy. You hate Ike. You hate him. You don't even know him, but you hate him because of his actions, his crimes. The Dahomey tribe sold our people into slavery, and you went out and paid to watch it. All I had to do was Google it. Go down to the library, get an encyclopedia, and open up the book for free and just read about them. I'm not paying. Are you crazy? You paying to watch us be enslaved? And guess what? The same thing like I talked about that movie is what happens in this movie. They not really talking about it for real. They make the centerpiece, who is Jeffrey Dahmer, out to be some type of like a victim. They want you to feel sad for him. They playing all the sad music. I'm like, what the hell is this? This man is a monster. Why don't I hear jump scares? Why this man? Just imagine going to this cat's house or going to somebody's house, right? And they're trying to eat you. Like, come on, man. If you look online, I forget what the deaf guy's name is. But, brother, let me tell you something, Akim and Akwakim. Jeffrey Dahmer tore his brother's body apart. When I saw it in preparation for this class, I was going to post it online, but I didn't want to do that. You know what I mean? This brother's body, anybody gets the chance, go ahead and look it up. This brother's body was, he was laying down, but his head is completely gone. And then his legs are arched and his body's all tore apart, broken. A monster, a wolf in sheep's clothing did that. That same nerdy white guy, a so-called white man, that you seeing on Netflix right now, right, with that innocent little face like Napoleon Dynamite, did this horrific thing to our people and ate them. And then, which is something more heavy, bring this full circle to the Woman King, they're trying to paint over it. Paint over that. And how do they paint over it? They have a movie called Dahmer and Friends or something like that. It's a weird type of movie. It's either called Dahmer and Friends or My Friend Dahmer. It's him young as a young boy. They got a damn movie. It's like a prequel to him, killing people. It's called My Friend Dahmer. Happy-go-lucky kid. Yeah. History. This guy. Yeah. I'm just a kid. It's like Stranger Things or something like that. They riding bikes and all. My Friend Dahmer. Well, if you stay friends with him longer, you're gonna find out that he's not your friend. You're gonna find out. That's the country we live in, man. This is the era we live in, black people, where they're painting Jeffrey Dahmer to be some type of an angel when he did the same thing that his lineage has done to black people since the beginning of time, and even more so when we got here, which is rape, robbing, and murdering us. and ain't no new thing under the sun, and you can't make straight what the Lord made crooked.
Right.
And that cat crooked, man, very crooked. All right, let's move on. Give me Acts 20 and 29 real fast, because I don't want to harp on Jeffrey Dahmer. No, yes, you know what? I do want to harp on him. I do. I'm gonna tear him down. Go ahead, give it to him.
This is the book of Acts, chapter 20 and verse 29. For I know this, that after my departing shall grievous wolves enter in among you, not sparing the flock.
This is I believe, the farewell in Ephesians and Paul. So when it says, "For I know this, that after my departing shall grievous wolves enter in among you, not sparing the flock." Again, we have to understand. We have to understand, for one, what's happening, and two, be able to successfully identify who the wolf is. And I have to stress this point, because not only is it something that, the thing that's been plaguing our community is the fact that we think we're the ones that have the problem. You understand? Like, black people, like, yo, listen, I got the problem. It's us. No, man. No. Somebody trained us to be this way. It's a real thing that exists. Go ahead, keep going. I think there's more on that thing.
Salakia, sir.
Yep. You ain't got no more. All right, no sweat. I got you. Let me just write this down real fast. Questions or comments online? All right. Give me Matthew 10 and 16 real quick. Or 10 and 15, rather. I've seen so many movies. Listen, man, a lot of people, when I be online, right, people go, yo, man, you watch a lot of movies, you hate everything. And it's true. I kind of do. I kind of don't like things only because of this. I've been watching movies since I was like 5, right? And the older I get, I start to see things just a little bit more clearer. And I start noticing things in movies that they do. But a lot of times when we watch movies, you know, we don't ask ourselves the question of, what am I being told here?
Right.
Or what is this person, what is this person trying to convey to me? That's what we have to start doing, right? For example, I'll give you guys an example. Anytime in a movie or a TV show, when there's a white person, or a so-called white man and a so-called black man in a scene together, anytime they exchange handshakes, or you see a hand go on top of somebody's shoulder, the white hand is always on top of the black hand, like this, every time. And if you didn't know any better, if you looked at it and you didn't think what that was, it's a form of showing dominance, right? Because if you saw a white hand over a black hand, only thing you saw was the white hand dominating this black hand. It's a trick that Hollywood uses to show you that you're not dominant at all. You're beneath. For example, is a perfect example. Star Wars. What's that one with John Boyega in it? The first one. So anyway, Star Wars, they introduced the new characters like Rey and Finn. So Finn is a goofball in the whole movie, right? There's a scene when Rey meets him and he's on the ground. Finn puts his hand out, and then right after that, you see Rey's hand, which is a white girl, comes in and grabs it and helps him up. The psychology behind it, you go, that's weird. Why are they showing it from this angle when it was cut on the other side? It's little things like that. So when people ask me, they go, "Oh, you don't like things?" Yeah, because I see what's happening. I see the little mind tricks that they're doing, and you have to be able to see that. Go ahead, you got it.
Yeah, I want to piggyback off what you're saying.
Yeah, go ahead.
I was thinking about when I was younger, like when the real Jeffrey Dahmer story was up, man, like black folks, we hated it. You know what I mean? There wasn't nothing cute or cool about it. You know, like now you say they trying to like make him like an angel, but then like what I'm saying about what you just saying, how they try to trick us.
Yeah.
It's like why did they make this movie? Like, you know what I mean? When it looked
Right, you damn right. It's a real thing that, like, again, we have to, don't think that you're just watching a movie. And I'm not trying to ruin the experience for brothers or sisters as it pertains to movies. But anytime you see a dynamic in a movie, especially if it's a so-called white man and a brother, the brother is never depicted in a light of strength. He's always weak. He's always a buffoon. He's a loser. And in every instance, anytime you see Esau in the movie, even when he's a damn murderer and he's eating people, he's still painted in this image of like, okay, maybe it's okay. So what does that tell children when you watch a movie like that? Every sister I've come into contact with has a very crystal clear image of what she thinks every black man is like. First of all, she thinks that they think that we're all gay and that we hate women because guess what? This is all that they see on TV. There's no masculine black man on TV right now. Where? There's not even a masculine black man in music. Look at the way they dress. So it's assumed that all of them are like this. Every black man is weak and he's gay and he's. And then when they run across a black man who's masculine, they're like, oh man, this is too good to be true. Yeah, they still make versions of us out here. They're in here.
Right.
You understand? And you don't want to come into this because you kind of like it because you're Christian. That's what we're talking about. So again, I challenge people in this way because we're easily to be duped. Israel is very easy to be duped. It's happened over and over again. And now when you see these movies, they're doing it through that. And they're depicting it, showing it to our children. When I was growing up, I didn't see gay relationships on TV. Did anybody see like homosexuality on TV? Heck no, because it wasn't acceptable. And that's just me as a child. It's all over the place now.
Right.
They just came out recently and said that Thelma from Scooby Doo has came out to be she's gay. The chick from Scooby Doo, the nerd one with the glasses,
Right.
with the orange turtleneck. Yeah, she came out and a fictional character came out of the closet and said that she was gay. Ain't that look at what we're talking? A cartoon character came out and said that she was gay. And the world is eating it up. It's all over the place. Oh yeah, Dahmer finally came out and she's a cartoon. What the hell are you talking about? So our children see this. They watch it and they go, well, I must be gay too because I wear glasses. I don't know why she's gay. But the point is that they emulate, they see it and they're trying to make it okay. And it's not. How do we know it's not? Scripture say, be fruitful and multiply. Can you multiply if you're homosexual? No, you can't. You can't multiply because it ain't being homosexual is not accepted by the Lord. And that's a sign of it. You think the AIDS is a sign. The fact that you can't have a kid is a sign. We're supposed to multiply. That's why we're all even here. We're here through heterosexuality, not homosexuality. But this is what they're doing now, too. They're showing magazine clips of some white man who's pregnant. You seen this stuff on the internet, man? It's bizarre. A man walking around with a belly. Who's that black cat? Who's that black rapper? That goofball that he was walking around with a belly. I forget. Lil Nas X. Lil Nas X was posing on some, I don't know if he was in a magazine or Instagram, with a belly. Oh, I'm pregnant. Come on, man. Are you serious? This is the world we live in. Where being a wolf, a predator, a pedophile, and homosexual is acceptable. It's accepted. Not in here. The Lord don't accept it. We don't accept it. And if you want to go ahead and cleave onto that kind, you go ahead and do it. Because it worked out very well for the victims of Jeffrey Dahmer. It worked out great for them. Very well. You got that precept? Oh, wait, hold that. Yeah, go ahead. Go ahead, brother. Who says Salagi? I don't know who says Salagi first. Kasiyah? Yeah, that's her name, Velma. I said Thelma. What the hell am I talking about?
The issue is there's all these watch, they'll say, oh, Bert earned your day.
Yeah.
This person came out of the day. And what it is when the Edomites were crazy characters, they had that in mind anyway.
Right.
It's just that it was more taboo. It was spoken of back in the 70s, 80s, well, back in the 80s like that.
Yeah.
That was already the thought process that they had. Now, to add to that, today is, I just found out about a couple hours ago, it's National Coming Out Day.
Jesus Christ, man. National Coming Out Day. I thought they didn't. It's Pride Month every damn month out here, man. Natural. You said, wait, Kasia, Natural Coming Out Day?
It's National Coming Out Day, meaning today is the day that's been set aside for people who came out who want to come out.
Oh, really? Okay. When is National AIDS Day? When? Yeah, it's the day after. Yeah. When's that day? Because you celebrate. Okay, go ahead and celebrate it if you want to. Okay, and then when you on that Truvada for Prep commercial, you know, go ahead and celebrate it. Go ahead and go out there and wave your little flag, which the colors don't belong to you either. That is of the Lord, but you done bastardized it and took it away from the Most High and made it your thing. Now, when you go downtown, you walk into the world of Super Mario Brothers, rainbows every goddamn where downtown, especially out here. Go ahead, Marshall. I think you said something too. All right, solid. Go ahead and read that precept for me, brother. Yep.
This is the book of Matthew, chapter 10 and verse 16.
We got a little response for that. I'm gonna piggyback off what you just said, Kasia. Go ahead.
Behold, I send you forth as sheep in the midst of wolves.
Send you as sheep in the midst of wolves. So it's not uncommon. This is a thing that we're in it right now. You know what I mean? Like when we leave these doors and go out into that street, we will be in the midst of everything and anything that wants to kill us. Any and everything.
Right.
But what's the difference between when we were in the world and now and here? The difference is when you take that Christianity, you take that Christian umbrella and you throw it, you have now gained this sense of having like new eyes. You can see things a little bit differently. Okay. So we pay closer attention to things now. Before that, everything we was very passive as it pertains to other nations, but we held our nation accountable for everything. Here's an example. When you would go downtown, if you was a Christian in the world, right? If there was a so-called white man who was homeless on the highway asking for change, you'd be more likely to give him that money, right? What would you say if you saw a black homeless man? What's the first thing we all will say? Go ahead. No, that ain't the one I need. That ain't the one. No, you good. Anybody want to take a shot at it? What's the first thing we would say? Go ahead. Get a job. That's right. Get that brother a hand too. That's exactly what it is. Get a job. He need to get a job. He's eating out of the damn trash, for God's sakes. Help that brother out, man. Go ahead, you got it.
Just to let you know how much the goddamn I was out and I was on a corner with a homeless black man who was homeless.
Right.
One of our brothers. And I was talking to him, but I was also feeding him.
Yeah.
And I was sitting there eating with him. Well, a couple of devils drove by and yelled out, "Get a job."
Right.
That's why I know that. He yelled out, "I'm feeding this brother," and he drove by and said, "Get a job."
Get a job. That's what they tell. They tell us that. They we're taught to hate each other, but I'm saying that to illustrate a point. And the point is this: we are taught to hate each other. And it's a very real thing. Those are wolves outside trying to get us. But I still like to say, to bring it back full circle, when we come into the truth, our eyes are open. That veil of Christianity has been taken off and we see things differently. We go, damn, this is my brother right here. Napash is my brother. Kasiyad, Mashallah, Makwala, all these brothers. And we look at each other differently. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like in there and here, we will die for each other, man. That's a powerful thing. In the Christian church, you look over, turn to your neighbor, and say, "Neighbor, you ain't gonna die for this dude. You can give a damn about this dude, man." When we at camp, when we go to war at camp, that's a real thing that exists out there. We are in the midst of the city full of wolves, man. People throwing stuff at us, trying to get over to the damn trying to jump the barricade, getting in our face. And as a wise brother above me once said too, there's no more important man out there than the man next to you.
Right.
That's who's important. But we don't learn that in the church. You ain't learning that. We don't know what that is. Brotherhood is definitely a weapon. Somebody said, Salaki, go ahead, you got it. All right, no swear. But that's what we coming to understand, man. When you read that precept, just know where the hell you at. This ain't Alice in Wonderland, man. All right. This is not the Wizard of Oz. This is not Willy Wonka in the Chocolate Factory. This is hell that we live in, man. Right. And the only piece of heaven, and I ain't gonna lie to you, man. The only piece of heaven that I get is when I'm down here, man. It's because it's our safe haven. You understand? But when we leave them doors, man, it's a war outside, bro. It's a literal war happening, spiritual war and a physical one, because temptation is hell. It comes in so many different forms. Because best believe, especially young brothers, right? You come into the school, everything outside is testing you and trying to get you to go back into the world. It happened to me. It happened to all of us. So, Depash and Kasia, the minute you put on that all black, man, them demons start coming, man. First it's your family, right? Man, what you doing? What you up to? Where you in? What's the star thing on your chest? Right? Then they disown you. Then you're gonna feud with your lady at some point once multiple wives comes up. Good luck with that. That's gonna be the argument. Right. Then because now you got that militant behavior, okay? Now here come your boss. Hey, you want to cut that beard? Or, what's going on, man? You okay? That's how it starts. You know, that's how it starts. And then whatever thing else is plaguing you, it's going to tell you not to come talk to us. Oh man, don't go down there, man. They don't like you, man. Yes, we do. Don't ever think that. Don't ever let them demons talk to you like that. Don't be a Christian. Don't be no Christian. Don't be like the victims of Jeffrey Dahmer who decided to be like, oh, this guy, he looks okay. He's the devil. Here's something else that's heavy that y'all probably didn't know while we're talking about being in the midst of wolves. The so-called white man is telling you he's the devil. They have a show called Lucifer, right? I think it's on Netflix now. Kasi, yeah. They have a show called Lucifer, right? He's the devil. And you know what they started to do with his character? They started to try to humanize him. He has empathy and compassion. Are you crazy? He's saying that he's the damn devil, and yet even in their own show, they're trying to humanize him. Black people, how much more in the face do you need, man? How much more do you need? Because if it was a black man on that show and it was called Lucifer, everybody would believe it.
Right.
Morgan Freeman played God in Bruce Almighty, and everybody hated. Oh, I don't agree with that. He played God. Lo and behold, God is a nigga God, man.
Right.
So that is based on a true story. Go ahead, brother. You got it. Yeah, he played that, and people hated that. Oh, why does he have to? Why he couldn't just voice the character? Why he can just? Who cares? Keep that same energy, man. Keep it. Let me get that again from the top. What's that? 15, right?
Salaki, verse 16. I'll go 15.
You go 15, yeah.
Son of God. This is the book of Matthew, chapter 10 and verse 15. Verily I say unto you, it shall be more tolerable for the land of Sodom and Gomorrah.
What land you said?
The land of Sodom and Gomorrah.
Y'all know what happened to Sodom and Gomorrah, right? since we on the topic to the LGBTQ community, since you think it's okay to be homosexual and God loves everybody, you have to then ask me, why the hell did he destroy Sodom and Gomorrah then? If it's so acceptable, why did he destroy it? Sodom and Gomorrah is gone.
Right.
Unfortunately, it's here now because you decided to carry that spirit over here. But what did he do to Sodom and Gomorrah? To all you people that's hating on the Jeffrey Dahmer, don't put him in this conversation with us. We're not like him. You are like him. You are the same people from Sodom and Gomorrah. You're here now again. Just like the prophets of old are here again. And the people that was with Moses, the Israelites that were with Moses in that time coming out of Exodus, are here again. So what do you think is going to happen to you? Keep going.
God, in the day of judgment, then for that city, behold, I send you forth as sheep in the midst of wolves.
So when you talk about verse 15, right, what it's basically saying in a nutshell is what the Lord is going to do on the day of judgment will make Sodom and Gomorrah look like Walt Disney World.
Right.
It's gonna be light work. It's gonna be looked at like you thought that was bad. Wait, just wait. Dahmer is not the person you should be worrying about for the homosexual community. You shouldn't be worrying about that label, your little stupid tag in your genre for a movie that's about gay people. You shouldn't worry about that. There's something worse coming. And to all of the Christians that are watching from home, turn your life around for real, man. Turn your life around. Come in here, get in all black, and really be able to call yourself righteous for once in your life before that day comes. Because on that day, it's over for you, man. It's over for you. It's over for your son. It's over for your daughter. It's over for y'all, man. You want to be a part of that? Listen, man. When that day happens, I want a crown on my head, man. I want a crown placed on me, man. Job well done, warrior. That's what I want. I don't know about everybody else. And if you thinking Christ is coming back to be like, oh, well, I know your heart. Man, I know you didn't really mean to molest that girl. No, it's okay. Your intentions of doing it were wrong, but deep down inside, you didn't really want to do it. You really didn't want to do that. I know. I got you. I got you. You ought to be ashamed of yourself, man. Be a fool to think that innocent black women and young brothers are being molested under the watch of a Christian. Those black men that were victims of Jeffrey Dahmer were Christians.
Right.
Given over to another Christian because in Christianity, he's okay. God loves everybody. I'm not here to judge. You can judge. You could judge. You're able to judge the smallest matters. When people say that to us, we go, what the hell are you talking about? They think that the judgment is like we can put them to death. Judgment is basically this. If this guy is an alcoholic, I'm calling him an alcoholic.
Right.
That's what it is. That's a small matter. Give me Cassiel, give me that the saints shall judge the world. That's a small thing. You're allowed to judge. So with Christianity, that veil, like we talked about earlier, I'm bringing it back full circle again. When that veil's on your face, it's hard for you to see the wickedness inside of somebody like Jeffrey Dahmer because it's Christianity. You don't want to judge. That's why there's a pedophile in your house right now. That's why there is a literal molester in your house. It is molesting young girls and boys in that house. And if you don't believe me, look at any black household. I got you. Look at any black household, right? There's always one uncle or a cousin. Right. There's always one uncle or a cousin that, grandma don't want the kids to be around. Y'all leave Junior alone. He just in his room. Y'all don't go to the message. Don't go in his room. That's Christian, right? Here's what is very UPK. Tell the damn kids why they shouldn't go in the room. Even further than that, go in a room and put him in jail, man. Go in there and judge him and say, listen, you cause him pain and you're breaking his family apart with your disgusting, filthy ways. And then after you tell them that, just like anybody who has a problem or an affliction, as y'all like to say, they would have to now put in work to fix themselves. Because repenting is not you repent and then oh yeah, I'm good. Ha 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 ha. You have to repent and then work hard to not do the thing again. That's repenting is. You repent and you never do it again because you know it's wrong. You think repenting is going to church, dunking your big headed self in some water. Like, oh Lord, I'm saved. Ha ha ha. You're not saved. You're just soaking wet. There's a big difference. Water ain't saving you. You understand? It's not saving you. Go in that room and tell your son that he or she has a problem. You ain't going into that room going, oh man, I feel so sorry for now, man. That's crazy. Could you be doing the same thing like how people are doing with Jeffrey Dahmer right now? Oh, he was troubled as a kid. Yeah. So have all of us were. All Black Hispanic. Listen, don't get me started on reservations. Black, Hispanic, and Native American people till this day, damn being young, still have a problem because of our past, because of our childhood. PTSD exists, right? When usually people have PTSD, they always link it to like soldiers because they seen a murder and oh, a boy blew up. So they come back over here and they traumatized. You were only on tour for 4 years. I grew up in the ghetto my whole life, and I walked past the same people that you think that you saw over there. I walked past people murdering people, drug dealers, pedophiles. That's just going to school. That's just going to school. Anybody of the same age bracket, you know, man, going to school it's like goddamn like Lord of the Rings. You never know what the hell you're gonna see, man. There's an ogre over here. There's a drug deal going on right in front of you. The drug dealers all know your name and they know your mom. People are getting shot day and night. Sometimes you walk past people laying on the street. That's just being a kid. Why are we not allowed to have PTSD just for living in that condition? Why? Because nobody gives a damn about us in that way. Nobody's painting you and me in the positive as some type of hero or a savior in a way.
Right.
Because we're going to be held accountable for everything that we do. Right? Here's the kicker. If you're Christian, you'll be painted in a good picture. Because those drug dealers, now their story is, oh, they're doing it to feed their family. And the guys who are shooting each other, oh, well, you know, they got violence in Chicago. There's a built-in excuse now when you're Christian. But when you like us, we go, okay, that guy's a drug dealer. That's wrong. This guy is a homosexual. This guy's killing. We're judging them, right? Because that's what we do. That's what saints do. Give me that precept. Yeah.
Want me to start at the top?
Yeah. The saints shall judge the world.
This is the book of 1 Corinthians chapter 6 and verse 1. Dare any of you having a matter against another go to the law before unjust and not before the saints?
Dig this, right? Going to the law, right? Let's say what's the law of brotherhood? If you have a problem with a brother, anybody know? Go ahead, you got it.
Go to him and him alone.
Yeah, you go to him and him alone. That's law.
Right.
That's what the brotherhood class is about. That.
Right.
That's what the spirit of brotherhood is. If I got a problem with a brother, you go to him and him alone, right? And if the brother don't hear you out on that, take it to counsel. That's law.
Right.
Okay. But when you ignore that, you have now broken the law. You go, well, damn, now I'm not going to do that. Every time I see this brother, I'm just going to mean mug him.
Right.
You understand? When we go outside, bringing it back to this point, when you see the drug dealers and the people fighting, ain't no brotherhood out there, man, because they don't know the law. Imagine if they did know the law, how it would look. It would look like Passover.
Right.
When we all out there being brotherly, we ain't never got to worry about nobody sleeping with somebody's woman at Passover,
right.
or backstabbing and bickering and talking. I don't like him. Yeah, I don't like him either, girl. No, man, that's what women do things like that, man. But that law is established for us to not be Christian, right. Like the wolves outside. Keep going.
Verse 2. Do ye not know that the saints shall judge the world?
Who are the saints? No, I got you.
Oh, SHALAM.
Israelites. Israelites are the saints. The Israelites shall judge the world. You understand? Israelites. What tribe is Christ from? Go ahead. He's Israelite, right? Okay. Go ahead, keep reading.
And if the world shall be judged by you, and are ye unworthy to judge the smallest matter?
Are ye not worthy to judge? That's a good point. I'm gonna leave it right there. Small matters.
Right.
Are you not allowed to judge the smallest matter? Listen, for you Christians online, right? You think that only God can judge? The next time you go to court, stand up and tell the judge that. Stand up.
Right.
Stand up and tell the judge, hey man, only God can judge me. Listen, Judge Joe Brown or whoever the hell's up there is gonna look at you like, man, are you insane? Guess what? 10 years. That's guilty.
Right.
You getting that's the judge is doing it. So you so rah like you. I remember we was at camp one time, and a sister came up. We were saying something, and some sister said that to us. Like, only God can judge, right? Because I think we mentioned something about what sisters were wearing these days, right? Because it's very revealing the clothes that they have on. We are allowed to say, hey, you need to put some clothes on. Why not? You call men deadbeats, don't you? That's a small matter, ain't it?
Right.
Go ahead. You got it?
And Salakia, sir.
Yeah.
To me, it's quite ridiculous when in the Bible they have a whole book called Judges.
Right. Come on. Right. It's a whole damn book in there called Judges.
Full of judges. And
they go, oh man, God's the only person that can judge.
Right.
All right. Like I said again, when you get arrested and they bring you before that judge, okay, tell the judge, get up and say, man, hold up, Yahanna. Hold on here. Represent yourself and say, only God can judge me. And the whole courtroom will laugh. And Judge Judy is going to sentence you to 15 to life.
Right.
Because it's an insane thing to think that no one can judge you. Listen, that's what we do every day. Yeah, go ahead, brother. You got it. Hey, what's going on? Shalom, Lord Christ. What's going on, Mama Sar? Yeah, Mama Sar, did you see that Jeffrey Dahmer series? Okay, good. Most High in Christ. Spoiler alert, it's trash. Don't even bother. Don't waste your time. I only suffer through things so that way y'all don't have to. Because I'm being brotherly. I'd rather suffer through it so that way you don't have to. All right. But yeah, that's what we're talking about, man. We could judge. Go ahead, brother. I know you got it.
I got a precept.
Go ahead. Let me hear it.
Come.
To what point?
The Judges.
Go ahead.
This is the book of 1 Corinthians, chapter 2 and verse 15. But he that is spiritual judges all things. Yet he himself is judged of no man.
Yeah, that's a heavy one too. That's real. Because guess what? Although when we go outside, people, the same Christians that say that we can't judge anybody, they judge us just based off our appearance, right? Don't you see it online all the time? They calling us Power Rangers and not, spoiler alert, the Power Rangers are undefeated. I don't know. Last time I checked, I never seen them take an L yet.
That's right.
They are undefeated. So thank you, Tawada. Appreciate that compliment. Give stupidity a hand, goddamn. So they judge us all the time. We're gonna go out tonight, brother. All black. Got your shield on. You go into a liquor store. Half the time we go out to clubs, we got a headpiece on. You know what I mean? And they look at us and they're judging us just based off of the appearance. Look, we motorcyclists and we this. Look at this guy. Oh, look at this guy. He ran all black. He must be in some type of gang.
Right.
No, I'm in an army for sure. I'm in the military. Like what branch? I.S.U.P.K. Atlanta.
Right.
That branch. You ever heard of that? Better than your Air Force. And this is my valor. This is my attire, man.
That's right.
And any Israelite outside of this that wears the apparel, it becomes stolen valor at this point.
That's right.
You understand? So it's a different world out there. But when we're talking about movies and music, you see it The world is changing, and it's getting worse as the days go longer and longer. And the reason for this class is not so much to talk about Dahmer, but is more so to discuss the lineage and the history of Esau. Because I mean, he's an Edomite, Jeffrey Dahmer, Ted Bundy, what's the John Wayne Gacy, but they do to them Dylan Roof. I would want to illustrate the point and to continue to illustrate this point that we should now look at the fact that anytime there's a killer or a rapist, Christianity wants to make them look like they're saviors. No different from Caesar Borgia, okay, who was a homosexual himself. But the LGBTQ community, they claim that. They claim in that one. When that image of that white Christ is the reason why people like Dahmer even exist in the first place. He's the reason why.
Right.
In that video on our page, he is talking about Jesus and how he turned to Christ. Guess what? To anybody that believed him in the comment section of that YouTube video, you should have asked him what color is Christ.
That's right.
Christ is the same color of those people that you ate. And if you turned to Christ, like you said you did, and you think that and you saw that he was black, you probably tried to eat him too.
Right.
So take that with you and really let it sit into your body and go, damn, man, that's crazy. Because again, nobody paints us in no good image at all. None of us. Even when we're righteous. Jesse Jackson, big headed stuff was in that movie too. You know, he just there to take pictures. No different from Al Sharpton, that bobblehead idiot. Again, wolf in sheep's clothing. Them too. It goes for them too. Because guess what? Like Akash said earlier, the thing that binds them together is that they're Christian. The same person that yells at us at camp and tells us that God loves everybody, right, will not dare go to a Klan rally and say that. Why are you telling us? We telling you we love our people, and you yelling at, you know, God loves everybody. Go to a Klan rally, right? After you do your time, stand up to that judge. Go to a Klan rally and say, hey, you know, all lives matter and whatever you want to say. And you know what's going to happen. So I mean, you're not coming back.
Right.
Because you think the way these people in the comment section think, the way most Christians think. Oh, Jeffrey Dahmer, he was troubled. Okay, yeah. Would you trust your kid around him since he's so troubled? You probably would, because you trust your children around the pedophile that's in your own house. Christians. Give me Matthew 7 and 15.
Come.
We're going to wrap this up.
This is the book of Matthew, chapter 7 and verse 15.
Right.
Beware of false prophets.
Come on, man. Beware of false. And a lot of times, here's what they do there. Oh, y'all are false prophets. Shut up, idiot. We're not.
Right.
We're telling you the truth about the oppressor. What's false about that? What's false about what we're saying tonight?
Right.
Anything false in here? Nothing. The falsehood is outside. The thing that you deem to be beautiful, that's false. And we're telling you that we used to be like you too. We used to be dumb and in the world. Until you pull that veil of Christianity off and throw it and burn it, you wouldn't know what's righteous and what's not.
Right.
So you calling us, this is usually with the precept that they'll use, like, oh yeah, false prophets. You know who's false prophet? Reverend Jesse Jackson.
Right.
Al Sharpton.
Right.
Eddie Long.
Right.
All them cats that you put all your time, hard-earned money into and your belief and your faith into them, those are your false prophets.
Right.
Those are the ones, because they decided to give you over to the oppressor on the plate. And that plate contains you, and Jeffrey Dahmer is going to eat you. And people like that. I'm just using Jeffrey Dahmer in this context because this class is about him. Okay? Your WIC, your welfare, gentrification. There you go. Just take everything. That's a false prophet. The nigga that didn't tell you the truth about the enemy. That's a false prophet. Go ahead, keep going.
Come. Beware of false prophets.
Right.
Which come to you in sheep's clothing.
Come on, man. Which come to you in sheep's clothing. Those suits, that them pastors wear. Yes, I'm talking to y'all pastors too. Y'all getting this smoke too.
Right.
You understand? And you know what? Let me not say get this smoke, because then they'll go, oh, yeah, see, y'all smoke. You know, because they think like that. You know what I mean? They'll think just like that. Oh, you must smoke and you're gay. You know, God just said you're just getting the smoke. So it's a phrase that's used today. Stupid.
Right.
Crazy. They coming to you with that sheep's clothing. What is a sheep's clothing? What? Let me ask a better question. What would you think that sheep's clothing feels like? Go ahead.
Soft.
Soft. Right. Soft. And it looks like what? What do you think it looks like? If sheep's clothing feels soft, what does it look like? What do you think? Go ahead.
It'll look nice.
Right.
It'll look good.
Exactly. Get that brother hand too. You've been on that. You've been on it. Yeah. It looks nice. It looks inviting. Like you kind of just want to be. I just want to lay on it. It's not. It doesn't look harmful at all.
Right.
It doesn't look harmful at all. Okay. So that's how they come to you. They come to you with that appearance of, I'm nice. I'm smooth. That's how they come to you. Keep going.
But inwardly, they are ravening wolves.
Come on, man. That's the essence of this class tonight.
Right.
That's the essence of it. And you talk about sheep's and wolf clothing, man. Are you wolves in sheep clothing? We talking about Jeffrey Dahmer.
That's right.
And Christians and anybody like that. All right. That this precept is not just for your husband, black woman, and these guys that you date. Because if that's the case, maybe you need to just pick a little bit better. And brothers, this is not about your brother. You understand? It's about the wolf who comes to you in sheep's clothing, who lies to you like a false prophet, your Christian pastors, who destroy the flock and scatter all of the damn sheep, just like a wolf. That's what wolves do. When sheep show up, they all run, right? That's what they're supposed to do. Why don't we apply that in the same way? When a damn wolf shows up, just be like, okay, you might need to get away from this cat. I'm not saying brothers running, because we ain't running from nothing.
That's right.
But recognize what the wolf looks like. Recognize it. We do in the society all the time when we're in the world. How many sisters have y'all brothers dated and talked to that you only been talking to her for a week, but she's swear to God she got you figured out? You know, she's looking at you as a wolf. Because the last guy she was with is a wolf, and then the last guy was a wolf, and the last guy that, so on and so forth, right? She's looking at you like, oh, I don't know, it's too good to be true. You might be you trying to get me, you know. She gives you that because she thinks you're the wolf. What will happen if she dated a white man? Nothing. No, Tommy, he's nice. Tommy is so nice. Oh man, and all her girlfriends do the same thing. Oh man, he's a good one. Like Esau don't have a history. You know what I mean? Daryl, on the other hand, is a goddamn doctor, and you holding him to the standard you should be holding Esau to. Daryl didn't do nothing. Tommy just ate somebody last week. Man. Jeffrey just ate somebody. Understand who the real enemy is, man. You got to understand that. That's what we're here to do. We're here to show you that all of those Edomites and Esau, they're not your damn friend. They come up to you, they greet you. Hey, how you doing? I'm the nice guy. I'm one of the nice ones. I don't see color. Some of my best friends are black. All lives matter, don't they? Blue lives too. Wolves in sheep's clothing. They got the softest appearance. Hey, how you doing? I just want to thank you for coming. Yeah, you know. Unfortunately, we're gonna have to take this house. Unfortunately, you know, we're gonna take your son and leave him with the mom, and now the dad is out the house. Child support and judicial system. That's what wolves do. Wolves come in and tear up everything, man. But they do it with a smile on their face. They do it with a smile on their face. What's another movie like that? Let me get this last one. Joker was like that. The movie Joker, I think it was 2019, was just like that. The dude he just killed people on a damn train. And what did they do? Same thing. Oh, he troubled past and Oh no, his mom had a mental illness. Give me a break. He's a killer clown, and you sitting there trying to tell me that he's the nicest. Come on, man. Calling him Arthur. Now, give me a break. Are you insane? If a black man even remotely beat up somebody, he'd be the worst nigga that the world has ever seen, man. He'd be the worst cat. Sure enough, in the movie Last Dragon, is the worst villain black people think they ever seen in their life. When he was just like, he wasn't even really doing nothing. Yeah, sure, he destroyed that pizzeria, but I mean, come on now. Realistically, it was kind of, it looked bad anyway, but that ain't the point. People look at Shoto like, man, this guy, man, look at this guy, man. Messed up. We look at our own people like that. Of course, I'm being facetious when I say that, but let's start identifying who the devil is by their characteristics and learn the difference between the wolf and the sheep. What does an innocent person look like versus somebody that is actually guilty of something? Because everything ain't supposed to be taken for face value. Shows like the series like Jeffrey Dahmer and countless other ones are doing the same thing that history has done, which is paint over everything to make it look more appealing, which is the point of this class. All right. Questions or comments? Everybody good? Get them out. Yeah, go ahead, brother. You got it. Oh yeah, I appreciate it, Cassie. Yeah, no problem, man. I ain't do nothing spectacular out here, man. I'm just doing my job. That's all. All right, no questions, cop. Yeah, go ahead. You got it. Somebody else says lobby. Okay, no sweat. All right, and with that, pass the class off the priest and officer in the Pashka. Yeah, water.
This I.S.U.P.K security announcement. We're at I.S.U.P.K start on 1 West 125th Street, Harlem, New York. Rule for a new brother and sister. When a new brother and sister come to the school, they are limited for 6 months. They are here to be saluted only. They are here to set themselves of the world. If they need transportation, the teacher will arrange it. After 6 months, if a brother or sister has interest in a particular person, he or she must get permission from the head to speak to a brother or sister. There is another 6 months in which the brother and sister will court each other. After the 6-month period, the brother and sister will get permission from the head to marry. TITHES, which is a commandment, the book of Numbers, chapter 18, verse 21, and the book of Malachi, chapter 3, verse 8 to 10. My I.S.U.P.K, that means tent in the Hebrew. 10% of every penny of any increase the Lord gives you. Give to the treasury department or teacher. Priest bond, free or offer for priest, not mandatory. Whatsoever we like to give. Okay, we in the third sundown of the Feast of Tabernacles. We'll have the closing on Monday, October 17th. Remind Uncle I walk in to check the bulletin board in the hallway. If any brother wants to be a trooper to school, start wearing all black boots, shirt, pant, headband, and a scarf. And with that, give a worker salute to the teacher. Men Israel. Amayim Sabat. Amayim. Barak.
Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shabbarakatah.
While you said to the Lashon Kadash, may the Most High, in the name of Christ, bless you. Yat Yom the top, me hands down, class with me.